times, but you know what? We still got to be thankful. We've got Zoom, and people from all over the world are still watching us. So
very good. I was able to hear you. I realized you guys were not being able to hear me. So we quickly changed everything. Hopefully you can also see me through my camera. I would see your face as a no, Roman.
Let me, oh, there we go. I think you should be on. No, in 2 minutes. Yes. I believe you should be able to be, and we have Jackie as well. So you should be able to turn your screen on now.
There we go.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, Francois. Nice to see you too. Go ahead. Floor is all yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for being here and joining us for the presentation of Rose LifeScience this afternoon across Canada. So if you are in the morning, good morning. And if you are later in the day, I hope you're going to have an amazing weekend after all of those fantastic presentations. I'm going to be talking to you about Rose LifeScience, which is located in Huntingdon, Quebec. And Jackie, who is our HR person in charge, will be more than happy to answer questions as I speak. Don't hesitate to use the chat and everything. And I will share my presentation with everybody. It should be coming on right now. All right. Hopefully everyone can see the presentation. Roman, can you confirm that it's working?
Very good, Francois. Yep.
All right, fantastic. So first, it's nice to connect with everybody. And if you are coming from Quebec, ça nous fait plaisir de pouvoir vous parler aujourd'hui, de vous parler de Rose Science Vie et des opportunités de carrière avec nous. Since we are going coast to coast, I will be doing the entire presentation and our chat in English. But if you have questions in French, don't hesitate. If you are from Quebec. So who is Rose? Well, Rose LifeScience is a family. It's a family of growers, of marketers, of passionate leaders that are revolutionizing how great cannabis is made. We are in a small town called Huntingdon, Quebec, which is not too far from Valleyfield, not too far from the US border, actually about 10 clicks from the US border. We're about 15 minutes away from Ontario. And we are focusing on reimagining the brands and the product that people will use in a legal market in Canada. And at the end of the day, all of this is to make people happy and to make sure that they have joy in their life. We started the company 7 years ago. And one of our goals at that point, because it was solely medical, was to make sure that if you are using cannabis for medical purposes, cannabis can be fun. It doesn't have to remind you that you're sick. So we really focus on making sure that even if you are sick and need cannabis, you're going to be able to find some fun, some joy, and some happiness while you are treating your disease. As we all know, legalization happened and a lot of things got shifted around in the cannabis business. We are now mostly concentrating on the recreational market as it's growing, and as one of the few in Quebec that have a license that are producing, there is a big opportunity in there. So this is part of our family. You have industry experts in there. You have a very young entrepreneurial mentality of people with experience that are sharing the load, creative thinker, passionate people, people who love cannabis. And this is what this company looks like. People all coming together in a great region to do great product. So what does Rose LifeScience do? Well, we have a leading portfolio of consumer products already available here in Quebec. We have an extra high quality indoor production facility here in Huntingdon, Quebec, where we are taking the best out of Mother Nature and then capturing this into a controlled environment internally to make high quality product. We are not a greenhouse, so we are looking at lower volume and high quality. And of course, we're making premium derivatives and extract, and we have a national distribution network that can take product out of Quebec across Canada, or through our partnership could take product out of any other province and bring them into Quebec with our sales team and working with the one big retailer, which is the SQDC here in Quebec. Everything we do is based on 4 core values. First, building community. Cannabis was always about community, people in the know, people who were part of the medical market. If you go back into the ACMPR and the previous iteration of the law. So we are a community. We are close-knit. We are all working together. Often we say whatever it takes, all hands on deck. So if any team needs help, everybody is willing to be there. It's part of that community sense. We're going to help each other. Out of our growing team, there is no secrets. Everybody shares what's going on, what we are doing, what they're doing, because at the end of the day, it's about all being successful together. We're trying to help nature. This is one thing that's very important for us in a very strict, controlled indoor environment, to be able to produce and to be able to replicate the quality of our product. Because if you're a medical patient and you're buying our products, we want to make sure that you always have the same thing. And if you're a recreational user, you also want to make sure that every time you're buying products that are coming out of Rose LifeScience facility, you know what you're getting in terms of quality, in terms of THC, in terms of terpenes. This is what is important for all of us. We also believe in transparency so that we can actually be all transparent. People know what's going on, and there's a sense of openness in between us. And we care about our employees learning not only about the task they're doing, but how that task fits in the bigger scale of things. You're not just cleaning a plant or deleafing, you're actually doing something important, and we want you to understand why you're doing this. Because at the end of the day, if you see a problem, and then it is part of your job to report it and make sure that everybody knows so we can all be better together. And finally, because we're coming out of Quebec and we like to party, there's that joie de vivre that everybody here in Quebec likes. So we do have a lot of fun. We like to laugh. We like to be part of that family proud moment of everybody having fun, eating together. We have barbecues out there. People cook for each other. So there is that sense of community that we dragged along transitioning from ACMPR to this side of the building. We have 3 very important growth pillars for Rose LifeScience. So if you want to understand how we are looking at scaling through partnership. We have a global supply chain. We have a demand chain that is already there. We are working with preferred partners among some of the biggest company, but at the same time, we are still a privately owned and controlled company. So the 3 founding partners still control the majority of the shares. We are not on the stock market. We are privately owned. We make the right decision, not because we are expecting the market to want to see some additional results, but because these are the right decisions to be made. We also care about leading the industry in terms of insight and education and be part of that community where, of course, like everybody else, we want to make money so we can pay our employees. But at the same time, it's about helping cannabis become mainstream and getting out of being treated the way this industry has been treated for a long time. We are expert at commercialization. We come from various industry, but among some of them, the pharma industry and the tobacco industry. So we've grown in those industries that are heavily regulated. We are also working with a lot of Quebec micros, helping them bring their products to store because they're doing high quality products that deserve to be available on the shelves everywhere in Canada. And as I said, we care about premium cultivation. One thing that is important for us is if it's not premium, it's not worth doing it because we are not growing in greenhouses. Well, therefore, we are focusing on having high quality product, strains that a lot of other companies don't have, so we can be different in all that we do. We currently have a great relationship with the only real retailer here in Quebec, which is the SQDC. We are representing other LPs in the Quebec market because the Quebec market is French. And if you're located in the rest of Canada, there's a barrier language. You also not always understand the way Quebec is operating. As you guys know, we're always operating differently. So we are bridging that gap with our partners to make sure that they're on the shelf and they have no problem with the SQDC. So we have a big reps team that are going to visit the SQDC stores and talking about the product and the brands that we are covering. We are currently representing more than 20% of the market share in Quebec. So 20% of the products that are being sold at the SQDC is coming through the hands of Rose LifeScience. And we have an established relationship with them. We understand what they're looking for, the limitation imposed by the government on them, so we can work and make products that will be effective and that will be wanted here in Quebec. And although I'm talking a lot about Quebec, we also have a national distribution and we are available in a lot of other provinces. These are some of the brands that we are representing here in Quebec. Dubon Labatt, Good Ship, Arisa, Marley Natural. These are all brands that are coming through our hands before making it to the SQDC stores here in Quebec. We have one important guiding principles in everything that we do at Rose, and it is to always be remarkable. If you're going to do something and you're just going to be average, then it's not worth doing it. If you can't make this different and remarkable, it's not worth for Rose doing. Hence why we care so much about the quality of the product, the taste, and making sure that our teams at all times all work together so that our products are remarkable. That said, we have opening positions and we're offering you the chance to make things better together with Rose. We are looking right now for staffing at our Montreal office, because although our main building and production facility is in Huntington, Quebec, we have a sales office and administrative office in Montreal. We are looking for brand ambassadors because we are at the SQDC with a lot of brands every week. We are looking for business insights analysts, so people that can help us understand what's going on in the market, what people are looking for, and how we can be remarkable in what we do. And if you guys are interested in cannabis and work in finance, we also are looking for financial planning and analyst managers. If you care more about cultivation, playing with the plants, well, at our Huntington facility, we have openings for QA inspectors, cultivation technicians, sanitation technicians, packaging technician, and warehouse technicians. So people to work with us as we are expanding and producing in more and more rooms all the time, to be able to join that team and learn what we do and how we do it. If you guys are ready to join our family, you can send your resume at any time to jackie.garceau@roselifescience.ca. Jackie is on this presentation today. She is our expert in HR, and she will be more than happy to talk to you, look at the resume. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, where we post positions and Indeed. And this should conclude my presentation. And I'm hoping to question, and Roman, tell us how much more time we have so we can take questions.
Absolutely, Francois. Thank you. You have a good 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes for questions. You have access to them at the bottom of the screen if you want, or I can ask them for you.
I'm going to stop sharing right now. I'm going to be back. All right, I have Q&A. Jackie, did you insert some of them? Is remote work available? All right, remote work is available. One of our employees is working out of Ontario. She is here once a week, driving to our Huntington office. Most of our employees at the Montreal office that are working either in sales, in finance, or marketing are also working remotely. COVID kind of helped making sure that people were forced to work at home and organized. So we are a very decentralized, very young corporation. I worked in tobacco before for 11 years, where your systems only work if you're in your building. And when we created our IT department here, I wanted to make sure that at any point in time, you could work from home or anywhere in the world. Do we have opportunity for organic chemists? This will be coming as we are going to be expanding on all of the extract and a lot of other products as we are making our ways across Canada. You guys might not know, but Quebec has a lot of restrictions in terms of what we can bring to the market in terms of byproducts, all of the cannabis 2.0. So we have a line of products coming for the rest of Canada where organic chemists will be required. What are recommendations you have to integrate bilingualism? That's interesting. There's three things very important here. Is to be able to work in English, to be able to work in French, and hopefully to be able to work in Greek, as we have a lot of our growers that do speak Greek. So we hope that bilingualism could spread across Canada. But cannabis is interesting as all of the strain name and a lot of the legacy market we are carrying from the English language. So it's making its way here into Quebec. And then if you guys remember our French version of our name, Rose CSV, you understand everything you need about bilingualism in cannabis. I'm simplifying it, but it is a great place to be. And hopefully everybody in Canada can always share the two languages. It is not essential to speak French to work here. Some of our employees, Jackie will be one of them, although she understands and speaks French, but it is not mandatory. Est-ce qu'on a des postes? J'ai une question en français. So I have one question in French. Est-ce qu'on a des postes ouverts en ressources humaines ou en relations de travail? Oui. Jackie, si vous la voyez à l'écran, sourit présentement. Oui, effectivement. On cherche des gens au niveau des bureaux en ressources humaines et en relations de travail. So that would be more than helpful for us. How are you planning on growing your sales team? So right now we are hiring for our sales team as more volume is coming into play. I told you guys that we are working with a lot of other LPs bringing their product here. We have preferred partners. We signed 2 new agreements with companies coming from the rest of Canada. So Ontario and another province, not to name them. And we're going to need people to be able to go into the stores and to be able to work with D's team. We just hired 1 more person in marketing. We're going to need more to be able to work with all of the sales sheet and created the information that we can actually bring to all of the bud tenders that are working with those products and that they need to understand what they're selling. Do your brand ambassador and sales professional require fluency in French? Unfortunately, yes. And the main reason for this is when you're going to the stores, about 97% of them are French speaking. So we need to provide them the information in French. Everything is provided in the 2 languages. But if you're doing English only outside of Montreal, it is highly complex. Even our truck driver, one of our truck drivers was speaking in English only when he got to Quebec City. And we got a call from one of the store managers asking us about, can we make sure that they actually speak French when they show up to the store? So that's life in Quebec. Any position in digital marketing? I would have said yes yesterday. Today, I have to say we just hired someone in digital marketing. And once again, there are limitations here in Quebec on what we can and cannot say and do digitally. But we hired someone that will take care of all of our digital stuff in the rest of Canada. But as we are expanding and growing, we will be needing more people to work in digital marketing. You worked with iPark. And yes, you also dealt with us because iPark, Tillery is one of our preferred partners. For a cannabis-specific continuous improvement specialty and operation excellence specialist. So Dan, please send us your resume. Yes, there definitely is space for someone like you to work with us. It's also good that you know our company and that we used to be partners. Is there a direct-to-consumer retail strategy in place? Yes, this is not being implemented right now. And there's a lot of limitation here in Quebec. We can't do what the other provinces are doing. We have to go through the SQDC, which is operating, well, it's not operating, it is a monopoly. So you sell to them, they own their own store. You have to deliver direct to store, but after this, it's them and only them. All of our direct to consumer will take place on the medical side and outside of Quebec. Is there a direct to consumer, any recruitment for procurement or sourcing? We always do require people for procurement and sourcing. We have, that's probably one of our most important team. We have a team of 4 people right now who are not only in charge of procurement and sourcing, but also in charge of all of the logistics in the building and outside the building. So when we are moving our products and our partners' products to all of the stores and making sure that the logistic internally moving from clone room to veg to flowering and all the way to drying, packaging, and all of this, it is part of that department. Is French required for the FP&A position? The answer to that is no. It's always fun, but it's not required. Email provided bounces back. Oh, Jackie, what is your email address? Can you answer that live question?
Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me okay? Just make sure you spell my first name without an E. A lot of people add an E to Jackie. It's JACKI.GARCEAU@roselifescience.ca. Additionally, if you can't reach me, you do get some bounce back. Please feel free to go through our website. We do have most of our job listings are up on our website, and you can also access our career email through the website.
So can you type the answer, the last question from Michaela Courtney at 133? Yeah, she's asking if you can provide your email address. Can you type it in?
Sure.
We'll be able to do that, Francois.
Fantastic.
We'll provide people with the right name. I know sometimes French names are out. I've got a very French name, and you know, it's hard sometimes to pronounce. François, Jackie, thank you so much for your time. Merci beaucoup pour votre temps. C'était vraiment une belle présentation. We'll, you know, again, we'll be forwarding your information to those very nice people. So if they have other questions, they'll be reaching out to you. And for any, you know, like job availables, of course, they can get in touch. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robin. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending the presentation.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Jackie. All right, and I think
presentation right now.
I think that we do have Joel on the line. Hello.
Hi there.
Joel, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Can you see me?
I can see you fine. I can hear you reasonably well, I think. I think it's working. Yep. There we are.
Awesome.
We got everything going here.
Perfect. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, super. Am I going to be able to share my screen? Is that possible?
Absolutely.
It's strange. What I'm seeing is not what I usually see on the format is not giving me that option here, which normally it would. So I'm just trying to see why that is.
Bottom of the...
Okay.